Hello, beloved ones. 𝐸𝐞𝐚𝐥 here. Hello, amazing, confident, and sensual beings. Because one thing that I know for sure is that if you are somehow resonating with me, there is that confidence in you, there is that sensuality in you, there is that wild aspect in you that is just calling you forth to embrace. 𝐸𝐞𝐚𝐥 is my name. If it's the first time that you are watching, I'm the embodiment queen. I empower people, singles who have experienced heartbreaks, who went through divorce and felt disconnected, shut down, unworthiness. You know, if you have experienced a heartbreak, how it's sort of chipping away on a bit of us. It's kind of like we are losing a part of us. We are losing our self-esteem every time that we're experiencing that. So I empower them to release, heal the pain, and awaken that confidence so that they can live from passion, influential power, and sensuality. And this is what I want to talk about today. Heal a heartbreak and get back your vibrant self again, because we lose ourselves when we're going through some challenges. We forget a part of us. At times we swim in the heartbreak. We believe that somehow we are not worthy because of what we are experiencing. There is a few things that I have realized with my experiences and with experiences of clients that I've worked with, and probably you are also familiar with that, because one of the first thing, and it's kind of like the basic thing, it's the parents. When we go through one relationship to the other, we experience heartbreaks because for whatever reason things didn't work out, and you go through another one. Eventually you start believing that, oh my God, I am not worthy. Or you even look at your siblings or your family, and you realize that this is something that has been happening for for a long time, and it seems like it's just us. And some people just buy into the us pattern or the us belief, and they just believe that this is what they're meant to go through. This is the pain that they're meant to live through for the rest of their lives, you know. And I understand that those generational patterns, generational curses, generational wounds that most of us are born to. We have chosen, and we are born into these families with all these patterns that are happening. And what is important is, what are you choosing? You know, are you choosing to make that your identity? Are you choosing to make that your reality? Or you are willing to find yourself again? You are willing to go back to the aspect of yourself, because no matter what we're going through, no matter what you might be believing in this now moment, there is a part of you that knows that it deserves better. I know that the mind might believe that it has received that, and it might be only worthy of pain, being worthy of disrespect, because at times there is a lot of things that are being said to us, and we believe what we hear, we believe how we are treated, and we go ahead living that kind of life, or attracting more of that which we have received. And we only value ourselves based on the wounds, on the pains, on the tears we have cried. And eventually we develop this habit that, oh, no one is going to hurt me again. So by doing that, we shut our heart. This is where the disconnected is coming from. You shut our heart, and you carry on with life as if you are this powerful, strong person, which is what is on the surface. But deep within, you are just this fragile person, and you don't let anyone inside. You are still carrying the wounds that you do not want to look at, that you do not want to heal, because what we allow ourselves to feel, that's the only way that we can heal something. If you don't feel it, then you are not going to heal it. I know this from experience, because this is where I lived my life for a long time. The strong woman. I wouldn't allow anyone to hurt myself, to hurt me. So when I was doing that, not allowing anyone to hurt me, I hurt myself. And this is what I normally talk about when I say that at times we abandon ourselves because we are trying to protect ourselves from whoever that we perceive is going to hurt us. So I don't know if this makes any sense. If you have not experienced any heartbreak or anything, please tell me that I don't know what you're talking about. And if you know what a heartbreak is, it's something that you experience, and maybe right now you're going through that, and a part of you, because as we age, as time is moving, there is a part of us that is kind of like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna go through life alone and lonely? You know, there is at times people get into a position where you are desperate to be in a relationship. And when you want to be in a relationship from desperation, tell me what's going to happen. Someone type in something, what's going to happen when you are coming from desperation and looking at the time, like time is ticking. I got to be in a relationship, otherwise I'm going to be alone, lonely, and all that. Yes, you attract more desperation. You attract people that are coming through from that frequency that you are at of I am worthy, I am broken, time is ticking and all that. And some people are coming through just to serve their own self-interest. You know, some are coming through to heal from your own energy that you are not willing to use to heal yourself. And then you feel exploited again. But if you are coming from the knowing that you are worthy of love, when you are coming from the knowing that I am looking for a partner, but one thing that I know is that I deserve to be happy on my own. I am in connection with my soul. Can we feel into that? I deserve to be happy on my own. And that is basically disconnecting from the beliefs that you can only be whole when you are in a relationship, when you are married. Because at times we hold into that pain after divorce, after a breakup, of shame, I'm not enough, that didn't work, I'm now divorced, I'm a failure and all that. We kind of like judge ourselves based on the beliefs that have been conditioned and programmed on us. And this is one question that I love to ask is that when you are feeling however that you're feeling, probably it's grief, probably it's shame, some is anger, at times it's just being numb. And I'm saying this because I have experienced all of that, where I do not feel anything at all because I have sh- sort of trained my body to shut off and not feel anything. So when something is paining, I don't get to feel of anything. Or at times it's coming from the perspective that you are not worthy. So when you do not feel worthy, you don't even get to feel anger or something. And when you heal, like along the line, when you heal, you can get to a point where something that did not piss you off before now is starting to piss you off. And why is that? Because now you have that, you are esteemed enough to feel like that was crap that I took and bought into for a long time. Just take a deep breath and tell me what is coming through as I'm sharing this, because you might be having memories of experiences that you, relationship that you went through, and you never felt anything, and you have just went through with life, and some people did something, and it's kind of like now I'm not prone to pain. I don't get to feel anything because I'm the strong person, but yet deep within you there is something that you're feeling kind of dead, you know. And I feel that's the worst thing. It's just the same thing as where you are at when you are afraid of being by yourself, and yet maybe you're coming from a relationship, that you were in a relationship, but you were lonely. And I believe that's the worst pain ever. If at all you have been there, I would like you to comment below to say you know how it feels like to be lonely in a relationship. You can just hashtag lonely in a relationship heads. It sucks, you know. And because if you feel that if you can't be happy on your own, you cannot be happy with anyone. I want you to let that set in. If you can't be happy on your own, if you can't be happy on your own, you can't be happy with anyone. Just let that sink in. Wherever that you are at, if you are trying to run away from you and get into the next relationship, you're going to repeat the same thing that happened prior. Because what doesn't get healed gets repeated. And I would like you to just look at your relationship, past relationship, what has been happening? What is it that has been sort of like a pattern, a relationship after the other with different people, but you see the same pattern? And I've mentioned a few things that I've realized, and one of them is just feeling our emotions. Because the whole thing of I'm strong is it's an illusion, it's a facade that we buy into or that we sell to people. But we know how it feels like when we are by ourselves, and it's kind of like, I miss me. Have you ever missed yourself? Like, I miss me, you know. There is that cry that is happening within. You stay awake at night, um, feeling like something is missing. At times you can't even put a finger on because you are so disconnected. You are so far from who you are. And there are some emotions that needs to be felt, that needs to be released for you to have the space, the capacity to be able to let someone in, to be able to receive love from your amazing soulmate, because your soulmate might be just waiting by the corner. Because if there is one thing that ends a relationship, breaks a relationship, messes up a relationship so fast, is insecurity. If you are coming from, I'm not worthy of being loved, you can look at somebody who really they are coming to you with good intentions, but within you, there's kind of like, this is a joke, because you don't believe that you are worthy of being with that person. And for you, it's kind of like, nah, they just want to play around with me. And then you meet someone who it's kind of like that similar pattern that you are used to, someone that you have dated before, even though it's like a different name or whatever. And you resonate with them because there is something within you that you are familiar with. It's something that you might have seen as a child. It's something that you might have experienced. And that's what attracts you. That's what you see. This unhealed version is what is calling you forth. At times you realize that it's a part of maybe your father, that desire for love that you longed for from your parent or your caretaker. That's what drives you forward to say, be with this, be with this person. For you, it's kind of like, I want to get love from this person, the love that I did not get from my parent, and you want it from this person that you are with, only to end up experiencing the same rejection and abandoned patterns that you received before. And it affirms to you, you are not worthy, because no one can love you. You are unlovable. You are not enough to receive love. Only, and it is not true. You are aligning to that truth because either you've been told so, either you have experienced that those kind of patterns in your childhood or in some relationships that you went through. And when it happens continuously for you, it's sort of like cementing the, I wouldn't say it's the truth, even though you believe it's true, and you might not believe it like consciously, but in your subconscious, those are the patterns that you are creating from the unworthiness. When you are getting to a relationship from feeling not worthy, at times it's as simple as not feeling not worthy of being heard, where your partner might be there and they want to give you what you deserve. They want to love you. But a part of you is scared to even voice out what you want. It's scared to even express yourself. You are the one who is missing in a relationship because you are so caught up in how no one is going to listen to you. You don't say what you want. The other person don't even get to know who you are. At times you can be in a relationship for 10, 20 years and your partner never gets to know you. And they leave because they have been waiting for so long, waiting to see you, waiting to hear you, waiting to feel you, waiting to, and you are not present because you have shut yourself out. You have you have shut yourself out from, based on the beliefs that you experience, based on the patterns that you experience when you're a child, or based on the patterns that you experience from past relationships. So the question is, are you willing to feel your emotions? Because for me, when I experienced the breakthrough was when I just take a deep breath there. I remember the words that came to my mind, I felt them in my heart, was, I don't want to be strong anymore. I don't want to be strong anymore. That's how tired I was. That's how depleted I was. I was tired of being strong, or not even being strong, of pretending to be strong, because I was hurting so much. And I just said, I don't wanna be strong. I don't want to be strong. And I allowed myself to be vulnerable. I allowed myself to feel. And I'm just gonna touch on this point towards the end, but it's gonna be a topic that we're gonna talk about in the next video, about intuition, which is some of the things that we, like, before the relation, before it gets worse, or before the relationship ends, or before there is any cheating or whatever that you might have experienced. The truth of it is, you knew you knew that this isn't gonna work. You knew the truth, but you ignored it. I want to hear what you're saying. Did you know the truth that the relationship that you were in wasn't for you, but you stayed in it because a part of you that felt it's not enough on its own wanted to be loved so badly, and you ignored the signs, the intuition, the answers that was coming through to say, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. This person is not for me. Have you ever experienced a situation where you were like, yeah, it's painful, but a part of mine knew, and I just wanted it to work, come rain or sunshine? I would like you to say something about that. Tell me one relationship you can just say, I knew, hash, I knew, hash, I knew, because we know, but we don't believe ourselves. We ignore our own intuition. We ignore our own guidance until things get messy, and then we collapse and buy the lie that we are not enough. This is why I said, for me, if you are here watching this, I know that you are confident and essential, magnificent being. And there is a part of you that is calling you forth to embrace that which you are, to fully expand into that and create your heart's desires with ease, to create and attract that soulmate of yours, to be able to magnetize love with ease, to be the embodiment of love, you know. But the wounds, the fears, the doubts, the brokenness that you believe you are standing in your way between you and your beloved. And one other thing that is, if you believe that you are not confident, I know that the time when was not fully embodied who I was, what was happening is, every time I saw someone who was in that light, who was confident, it didn't sit well with me. There was a part of me that was like, that's arrogant, you know, because my insecurity did not allow me to fully embrace that I can also be that confident. So just watch out for yourself. Where in your life are you sort of resisting or denying yourself to sit with this force? Because when you talk about confidence, it's a force, it's a frequency, it's one of those assets that when you have it, when you embody it, when you are it, you become unstoppable. You know, you might have so many dreams. You might know your kind of dream person, that this is my partner. This is how I want to feel, and I'm just throwing up how I want to feel, because if you cannot feel what is discordant right now, if you cannot be with what is it that you do not want, it's very hard for you to know what you want. You know, you might just be coming from your head to say, this is what I want. But when I ask you, how do you want to feel when you are with that amazing partner of yours? How do you want to feel? Can you tap into that? Can you bring that emotion? Can you feel it into your in your body? Can you bring it now as if it has already happened already? You know. So if you do not allow yourself to feel emotions that are uncomfortable, it's hard to feel those high frequency emotions, joy, love, and all that, because you do not have the capacity. You know, grief is there whole taking its space in your heart because it just wants to be acknowledged, so that you can deepen the love that you are. You can deepen the capacity to receive the love that you desire. And I just came here to share that with you because there is an amazing, I'm excited already, surprise that is coming through. Stay tuned. If you feel like I've been waiting for a long time, I maybe you are telling yourself that you don't want to be in love because at times we have this thing that I'm just enough. I don't want to be in love because I'm enough. We tell ourselves that from our head. But then within, when we connect with our body, there is a part of us that feels like it would be nice to be in love. You know, there are times when you just wish for it. There are some desires that you have if you allow yourself to feel them. But the fear of being hurt again, the belief that you are not worthy, the doubts, you know, all those things are the ones that you kind of like sort of sum them up in the form of I love myself. You know, it's from the head, but your body does not feel it. And I'm just sharing this with you because one of my genius, what I know I'm an expert in, and what I know I can help you with, is to eliminate those emotions. It's one of my genius. I'm not apologizing for it. I'm not backing down, but I know that if someone is coming to me, which is something that has been coming through, a lot of people come through to me because if I have either mental pain, physical pain, emotional pain, and or even if they're at times, even when they're not aware of it, because some of the things people feel them because they're conscious of them. There are people who are not even conscious of pain because they have numbed themselves already. And it's one of the things that I can tell you, I am a master at that. And if you feel like it's time that I open up for me to be able to receive, you are at the right place. So if you want to find out about the upcoming program, just send me ready, hash ready in the comment, and then I'll get back to you. And tell me where you're watching this from, and when you're watching this, are you on replay? Just say something. If you experience heartbreak and it's kind of like you lost just a part of you, where you kind of like, I'm ready to connect with myself back again. I miss me, like I said, because there are times when we lose ourselves in that heartbreak, we lose ourselves in that pain, we lose ourselves in all those experiences, and we believe that they are true. But it's time that you connect with that aspect of yourself, because that aspect of yourself, that vibrant self that you are, is the one that knows what it needs. You might have conditioned yourself to say, shut off the desires, disconnect with all of that. I'm just gonna go ahead with this, or maybe I'm just gonna be a spiritual person. But let me tell you something, because relationships are also spiritual. Our sexual energy is also spiritual. So it's just the reason why you're having those desires is because it's a part of you. It's not something that um you can disconnect from. Like, I'm gonna be the spiritual person, and I'm gonna remove my sexual desires. I'm gonna remove my heart desires because I'm this whatever that you perceive yourself as. You are having those desires. You are having those um yeah, those dreams that you know you're having. The reason why you stay awake is because there's a part of you that feels like it's time that now we really find someone we can evolve with, because it's about learning about ourselves. I don't know if you have ever experienced a situation where you read a book and you learn something, or maybe you're going to a conference or something like that, and everything is just like high vibe. You feel like you are ready, but then when uh you get to be with your loved ones, feels like everything goes down the window. You know, it might happen a few times and then you get it at the end. That's growth that is showing up, you know. But if you find yourself being triggered, reacting, that, yeah, you are making some progress because you can be aware of that, which I feel when you are aware of something, it's like 50% of the work done. So if you are aware right now to say that I am ready to be in a loving relationship, I am ready to connect with my soulmate, I'm ready to create space for me to be able to have the capacity to receive the love that my heart knows I truly deserve, then this is the right place. Send me ready in the comment and I'll get back to you. And just be on the watch out for the upcoming offer that I've just created for amazing, ready, confident, and sensual beings like you who are ready to fully embrace their wholeness and be in the relationship that they know they deserve, but at the same time knowing that they deserve to be happy on their own, as they will be with their partner, as they will be with their soulmate. They are not looking for someone to complete them. They are looking for someone who can expand them, someone who um, they can grow together, because I believe that's what life is. It's all about someone who complements us, because when you talk about allies and all that, we're looking someone who is for us. You are tired of fighting the fight of trying to prove, to say, hey, I'm worthy of being listened to. Hey, see me. Hey, don't just be with me because you need me. Be with me because you love me. I am worthy of being loved. There is a difference in there. Because one thing that I hear a lot of women say is that, but he needs me, but he need me. You understand? And I know because I lived, oh God, I cannot even count how many times I say that. I cannot even tell you how empty I felt, how dead I felt in some relationships. But I stayed because I felt like they needed me. But what I wanted, or what the inner child in me desired, was the love from its father. So this version of the masculine, the inner child was trying to hold in to say, maybe I'm gonna get the love that I wanted so badly from my father, from this man. And it did not work out because I was not complete from within. I was coming from that lack, or that feeling unloved. And because for me, besides my father not being and this is also one of the things, I didn't want to go there, but I'm just gonna wrap up with this. Growing up, one thing that I knew, and no matter what I experienced, I just knew that my dad loved me so much. I was his princess. But the emotional unavailability is kind of like the love that I deeply knew. And that's the love that I manifested. Those are the people that I attracted in my life because I knew my dad loved me. But deep within, there was a part of me that was hoping there can be more. And that kind of like he needs me. It's kind of like that child in me that is like, daddy needs me because daddy loves me. And I was empty. There was some parts of mine that were not fulfilled with the capacity of love that my father gave me, because it's not like someone does not love you. They love you, but they love you at the best of that capacity. The question is that enough to nourish you? Is that enough to nurture you? Is that enough for you to bloom in it? Is that enough for you to be yourself, to expand, to bloom, and be the best version of yourself? Or it's kind of like draining, there is a part of you that is missing. Because what I felt most of the time when I tried to held into this love that I called love, there's a part of me that was grieving a lot. There was a lot of grief because I knew it was taking a lot from me. And I knew that this is the pain that women who went before me felt. A lot of women, at times, we can hold into something to say, my parents, my grandparents, they were married for until the end of life. But at what sacrifice did they keep up with that? Because when I tap into this, most of the time I feel the pain, I feel the disconnection, disconnection from their power, disconnection from their passion. I feel sort of death in a way, because they were busy nurturing other people's potential, other people's magnificence, but they were never taught how to nurture their own. I'll leave you with that. So heal the broken heart and revive that amazing light that you are. When our ancestors were here, our grandparents were here, the life that they lived, because they did not have much choice. And if you are a woman, you know, for years we have been told we are not enough on our own. We have been told, it's kind of like conditioned and programmed to sort of ignore ourselves, and we just focus on nurturing the man, you know, because there was that dependency that was happening, to say they want to bring in the resources that we need, you know. But times are different. Do not sit on a table where disrespect is served. Do not sit on a table where discredit is served. Do not sit on a table where your talent, your abilities, your gifts are discredited. Do not sit on a table where you don't have a chance to really let your potential, to unleash your potential, because you deserve better. You deserve more. There is a lot within you. I'm not talking about only what is. I'm not talking about the quantity. I'm talking about the quality assets that you are sitting on. You are amazing. You are brilliant. You are worthy of more. So heal your broken heart and attract the love that you deserve, and also unleash more of what you are not even thinking is possible. I know it is possible for you because I've seen it happen with me, with my clients. I love you, and I'll leave you with that. Bye bye.